Welcome to Vertical Movement PT. I'm Dr. Cindy Kimmi, physical therapist, and today is day 1 of the 5-day movement challenge, and this is mobility routine number 1. All right, let's get started. Today we're going to do a 10-minute mobility routine working from our head down to our toes. Our first exercise, we're going to work on our neck. So go ahead and flex forward and back and nice and slow. None of these movements should be aggressive or forceful. They should all be gentle and all about you moving into what your body allows you to move into what space. And you'll find if you keep doing these exercises that your body can loosen up, and then you can improve your range of motion by moving into that space. Okay, now let's move our hands side to side. You put your hand behind your back. Find that you might feel a nice stretch in your chest when you do that. Moving side to side, you might feel a really good stretch on the side of your neck, hitting your upper trapezius muscles and your scalenes. And while you do these mobility exercises, work on breathing through your diaphragm. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to head rolls. These ones should feel so good. You might feel some crackling and popping, and that's okay. Okay, and let's switch to the other direction. Feel that stretch all along your neck as your head goes around. All right, let's move on to our shoulders. We're going to do some shoulder rolls. Back. You should feel a nice stretch in your chest and also in your upper back. Go ahead and make your circle bigger. All right, let's switch directions and roll forward now. Kind of let your upper back move with you. You want to get a little bit more range of motion. All right. Next, we're going to go ahead and move on to thoracic butterflies. Hands behind your head, and you're going to bend your upper back forward and then extend it backwards. You want to make sure that you're not bending from only your neck, but it's from your neck down to your upper back. You should feel a nice stretch along the front of your chest, a nice stretch along the back of your neck, going down to the back. This is a great one you can do when you're sitting in a chair for a really long time, or if you're reading a book or a textbook for a long time. You do this even while you're sitting. And keep breathing through that diaphragm, nice deep breaths. Breathing through your diaphragm actually helps relax the muscles in your body. Okay, and relax. Next, we're going to do thoracic reaches. You're going to go into a lunge position. You can use a wall if you need it. And you want to rotate towards the side where the leg is behind you. You should feel a nice stretch in your upper back, maybe even your lower back. This is great to help with the rotation range of motion, your spine and your rib cage. And let's switch to the other side. If you don't have a wall, that's okay. You don't really need it. It just kind of helps you with balance. The spine, it moves in 3 directions: flexion, extension, side bend, and rotation. And the rotation aspect tends to get forgotten, so this is a great one to address that. All right, now we're gonna go ahead, move down to the hips. We're gonna do some lateral side lunges, going side to side. You wanna spread your feet wide enough to where you can feel a nice stretch here on the hip adductor muscles, so the muscles on your inner thigh. And as your hips loosen up, you can go ahead and go deeper and deeper into the stretch. If you do this early in the morning, you'll find that you'll be a lot more stiff. Just be gentle with yourself and slowly ease into the movement. You can spread your feet wider and wider as your hips open up. Your diaphragm, letting all your muscles relax. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the active hamstring stretch. Make sure your leg is straight. And this is a great way to stretch that hamstring, especially right before a run, or right before your exercise. Helps to incorporate your whole body. So it's a really nice functional active stretch to do, rather than just stretching only your hamstring. You're stretching so much more. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Leg straight. You might even feel a nice stretch in your calf. Your low back, your lats. I definitely feel it in my lats. Alright, next let's go ahead, fix my mat here, scrunching up. Let's go ahead and do a hip flexor lunge. You want to lift the arm with the leg that's backwards. The arm on the same side. The leg is backwards. So while you're doing this, make sure that you're tucking in your tailbone in between your legs. So we're going to do 3 different movements here. Now we're going to go ahead and switch to going sideways, side bending. So you want to side bend away from the leg that's behind you. So the hip that you're stretching, it's the one with the hip and the legs backwards. I definitely feel this one. Okay, and now let's add the rotation. You can match your breathing with your movements. It can help a lot to help find your rhythm. Alright, let's switch to the other side. Make sure that back leg is straight. Tuck that tailbone in, core engaged. This is an awesome one to do, especially if you get low back pain. Okay, let's go ahead and go sideways. Whew. You're going to find that there's some directions that you're going to feel this more than others. Like I feel this more with the side bend. I love this mobility exercise because it's proof that you need to move in all different directions, because muscle fibers, they do not run just in one direction. That's why active mobility, being active in life is so important for a healthy body. Okay, now we're going to do hamstring pings. And you're going to sway side to side. So this doesn't only stretch the hamstrings, but it also gives you a nice traction along your spine. Just going to want to let your head hang down. Letting gravity pull your head down and opening up that spine. You also might feel a really wonderful stretch in your low back.
30.
Okay, up and back down for one more round. You might find that this time you can go a little bit lower. Take deep breaths. Breathing in and out, sinking lower if your body allows you to. All right, now we're gonna end with stretching our calf and our feet and ankles. We're gonna go in a downward dog, and you're gonna pump your ankles up and down. And the idea here is you want to slowly sink your heel closer and closer to the floor. You might find at first your heel won't touch the floor, and that's okay. You just want to gradually bring the heel down as your body lets you and as your body releases. You might also feel a wonderful stretch along your hamstring and your calf. Just go ahead and sink your hips back into this stretch. And all right, that's it. You have just completed mobility routine number 1, and I am so proud of you. Now go ahead and move on to core routine number 1.